Alrighty, guys, I am back again with another review, and we're talking Lucha Underground, the one that just happened. The date would be June 24th, 2015. And, the main thing of tonight was that the number one contender was, determined, the real kind of number one contender where, um, you know, there was kind of not necessarily really controversy, just like kind of their tactics to kind of get a match set up tonight. That we would see between Mil Muertes and Drago. So Drago was the number one contender, but from what they have been saying, it seems like he's been really forced to fight. His kind of fight the power a little bit, fight the authority, fight what's been going on with him earning his spot in, but not really being able to kind of still having to fight to still earn it. But we started out with a video package, basically on Drago's contendership win. Him getting that number one contender spot, which was cool for Drago, and then Mil Muertes, Mil Muertes, his aggressive. Probably just gonna call him Mil from now on. His aggressive insertion into the title picture a little bit, where he wasn't. I think he's been dominant, but he wasn't really in the title picture a little that much. So you know, he kind of sent Katrina to kind of do his dirty work and kind of get him into the title picture, and that basically set up the main event for the night. That would be Mil Muertes. Anyway, Mil versus Drago. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'll probably try it at least once or twice more in this match. In this tonight, I can usually say it, but for some reason tonight it's just. But we start out the show with Sexy Star and Superfly. Basically, the main gist of this match and why this match was going on was that Sexy Star and Student Feuding is kind of the original, the first kind of start to their feud here officially, where Sexy Star while back took Superfly's mask from him in a match that basically loser loses mask, basically that sort of thing, and Superfly was not happy about that, although I think it was Pentagon Jr. Broke Superfly's arm. He was still not happy with that whole dynamic that his mask was taken from him, because to luchadors, and it makes a lot of sense thinking about it. To luchadors, to the lucha libre style, the mask is so important. If you have a mask, you carry that mask with the utmost respect, and when it's taken from you, it's kind of it's a really big thing. So we got Superfly versus Sexy Star. Superfly kind of really showing how athletic and aggressive he can be, starting this match out. But after getting beat down a little bit, Sexy Star comes back with her, with the legs. She kind of hits him with some kicks, some knees, and stuff like that. Fly hitting some ridiculous, just really like stiff sounding strikes, which really just made it seem like he was just, really hurting Sexy Star. Sexy Star does get it going with her speed though. Superfly, and then Superfly kind of embarrass her once he gets control again. Just mind games, trying to embarrass Sexy Star, because she kind of embarrassed him to a certain degree. But then Sexy Star tries to go to the outside to be a splash, but she missed it a little bit. She came up a little bit short. And you don't really see a lot of you don't with Lucha Underground. You see a lot of you don't see a ton of botches, but you do see your fair amount where it could be changed, but I feel like Lucha Underground doesn't really have it, doesn't let it be changed, because for example in this match, the splash, all he had to do was kind of run up a little bit and kind of catch her a bit, but he, I don't know if Lucha Underground wants that to be their style, that kind of catching splash. They want it to kind of be an impact and a fall type of a splash, maybe that's what it is, but Sexy Star still, continues with her speed edge. We get the a nice power bomb, and then he lifts her right back up into a sit down power bomb for the win. So Superfly does get the win here. He tries to kind of after the match take off the mask, take off Sexy Star's mask, kind of going back to that. You took my mask on, so I'm gonna take yours, an eye for an eye, type of a thing. But it's not really happening. So, Sexy Star does get away. So there you go. I don't know what they're gonna do with the Vampiro thing because I know Vampiro had interfered in the Pentagon Junior Sexy Star feud before. So I don't know if maybe they're gonna do something with that with Vampiro, but I think he's just there as a commentator. It's nothing too serious with him and him, Sexy Star, and Pentagon Junior. So next we get a match that was for one of the medallions, the medallions that basically are going to give you a number one contenders match at some point in the near future for the Lucha Underground title. This is supposed to be a five-way match, but Pentagon Junior got in the face of Vampiro. I think it was during the break. I don't think we saw this. I didn't see it, and I may have missed it, but I know he got in the face of Vampiro from what it sounded like, and Vampiro basically beat him down, and they had to take him out of the match here and out of the building. But Cage and Mac, they face off as Martinez and Aerostar battle. This was a match between Cage, Aerostar, Marty Martinez, and Mac. So Matt kind of, gets hit with a German, but he, it doesn't really phase him too much. He follows up with a nice big clothesline. Martinez, flies and takes everyone out. There's a lot of good things from each and every one of these competitors here in this match. He does end up landing on his face though when he kind of flies to the outside, and that's what I was saying about the whole catching thing. You don't see that kind of catch and fall type of a thing to kind of protect your opponent as much in Lucha Underground. And I don't know if that's really, a good thing. I mean, everything looks really good when it looks really good, but then when it kind of falls down a little bit, when it falls a little bit, it's a little, it's a little bit off, But I mean, I'm still impressed by Lucha Underground. I just see smile, and you see it with everybody, But sometimes I think just because of the amount of freedom the wrestlers have in Lucha Underground, sometimes it can be a little bit different. So Aerostar kind of does the balancing act on the ropes and flies to the outside. Mac, continues to pull out some nice moves, just nice, kind of innovative moves, kind of moves you don't really see all the time. And Mac's a pretty big dude, so he hits a Samoan drop, showing that power, and then showing the athleticism with a nice standing moonsault. I thought that was really cool. It was really cool to see I think we come to a day and age in wrestling where we see a lot of these bigger guys just be so athletic, and it's really cool to it's really cool to see. But Martinez, starts to get control, but is caught with an elbow. We get an exploder suplex on the apron by Mac on Cage, and I was like, "Ow, that hurts." That was a pretty cool move though. I really like that. I like it anyway, but on the apron just gets it even more. Then he frog splashes Cage on the outside. That takes him out for pretty much the rest of the match here. We get the kind of no arms type of a rocket splash by Aerosmith to win. He ended up pinning Martinez in the ring as they had battled a little bit too. So he joins Phoenix and Jack Evans with the Aztec medallion. I think there's going to be a number one contender determined at Ultimo Lucha, so it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with that. I'm interested. We get a video next. We get a video on the Trios Championships. The Trios champions, they're like miscommunications. We haven't really seen them communicate well. They're kind of fighting about, just bickering about little stuff. Katrina comes out and she says, she kind of talks about how deaf, and pretty much the same thing with dealing with Mil Muertes, dealing with Mil there. She just kind of does her thing. But behind the champions, we get these white masks, these people in white masks that appear behind them. They leave them laying out, and then we see Mil, kind of appear as well with Katrina as they kind of walk away from the scene, but kind of to the ring as well. So I thought that was kind of cool. Some of the stuff I think with Lucha Underground is over the top at times. I think you see some crazy things. Like, you saw some really, like, kind of ridiculous editing, like not necessarily ridiculous, but not necessarily the realistic thing that we've come to know wrestling as. But I think that's what Lucha Underground is all about too. Kind of being different. So I like it. So next we have Drago versus Mil Muertes. So definitely exciting time. 1,000 deaths going up against the Dragon here. Definitely exciting to see who's going to be the number one contender for Puma coming up at Ultimo Lucha. So to start out, Hernandez jumps Drago before Mil can even get to the ring, and beats him with his belt, and just beats him down. And we can kind of see the effects throughout this match. And we can see kind of the effects of Hernandez's attack. Drago obviously fights on and can goes ahead and still does the match. Mil was kind of showing his aggression early. Once the match gets started, Drago is just not really effective in his attack. Everything he does, Mil's like, it's not really hurting me. It's hurting me a little bit, but I can fight through it. Muerte starts to dominate, and then he hits a brutal spear, a really nice spear by Mil there. And then Drago starts to capitalize on Mil's aggression. He takes out Mil with a big splash. Mil throws Drago into the chairs / kind of through the chairs a little bit, and starts to just tear the chairs up, just hitting the pile where Drago was buried at this point. Drago tries to get up. Mil spears him into the wall. So I thought that was pretty nice too. I think Mil is kind of that aggressive. He got that really aggressive style to him. He's not. I think you see a lot of high flying Lucha Underground. He's one of those guys who kind of stays a little grounded and does his thing. He does look older to me than the rest of the guys in there. I'm not sure how old he is, but I know he does seem a little bit older personally. So next we get a powerbomb on the announce table that didn't break. I'm pretty sure it looks like it was a pretty stiff table, not really meant for power bombs on it. But Mil power bombs Drago onto that. Drago kind of comes back with the help of the believers, but Drago goes for one of his main sequences, but Mil, he scouts that and reverses it, and we get the flatliner for the win by Mil Muertes. I'll figure it out next week, guys. Or at least before he faces Prince Puma, right? But Prince Puma comes out and he stands at the top of the ring. We kind of get that face off, or the top of the temple, and we get that face off, which was cool. Definitely excited to see where this is gonna go. I want to see. I'm curious to see if Mil's gonna win the title, because I know Prince Puma's had it for a while. So I wouldn't even be surprised if Prince Puma did end up losing to Mil at the pay-per-view, or not the pay-per-view, but more so the Ultimo Lucha, which I think is their actual last thing there. Yeah, Mil is 40, so he's 40 years old. So this may be one of his last title runs if he can get it. So this will be a major, big time title run, and still loving what Lucha Underground's doing. Yes, they can always improve, and that's everybody. Everybody ever can always improve. So definitely excited to see what next week brings for us. Good matches this week. If you didn't catch the last review, it was about the all night long match that we had, Iron Man match that lasted 40 to 50 or so minutes. So it was a really cool thing. So check that out if you haven't already. I'll see you guys later. If you got any comments on Lucha Underground, I am wearing one of my new WWE shirts. I know you can't see it. There we go. I am wearing my WrestleMania Skyline type of a shirt though. So rocking the apparel while I'm talking to you. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys later. If you have any comments, leave them. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. And we will see you in the near future, very, very soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.